Okay, next let us see the lesson 12, exponents and powers. What we have discussed in this lesson? In this lesson we have discussed negative power. For example, 3 power 2, that is base is 3 and power is 2. This is base. Okay, this is power is, this is power is 2. Okay, or power or exponent. Exponent is here 2, 3 power 2, that is exponent is 2 and base is 3. Okay, in this lesson we have learned power is negative. How to write power is negative? For example, 3 power minus 2. 3 power minus 2 we can write 1 by 3 square. If it is a positive power, we know that 3 square. What do you mean by 3 square? 3 multiplied by 3. Okay, 3 power minus 2, 1 by 3 power 2. Okay, how to remove the minus? 1 by. That means law of exponents. One of the law of exponents is a power minus n is equal to a power minus n is equal to 1 by a power n. Clear? Okay, this is the one of the law of exponents. A power minus n is equal to 1 by a power n. Okay, then using these law of exponents we did many questions. One of the question is 8 power minus 1. Important question. 8 power minus 1 into 5 power 3 divided by, evaluate 8 power minus 1 into 5 power 3 divided by 2 power minus 4. So evaluate this one or find the value of this. How to write? 8 power minus 1 into 5 power 3 divided by 2 power minus 4. So we know that 8 we can write. 8 we can write. 5 is okay, it's a prime number. 2 is also a prime number. 8 we can write. 8 is equal to 2 power 3. Is it right? 2 into 2 into 2. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. 8 we can represent 2 power 3. Okay, exponential 8 we can write in exponential form 2 power 3. Just change that. So answer is, instead of 8, 2 power 3 whole power minus 1. So 8 power minus 1 I can write 2 power 3 whole power minus 1 into 5 power 3 divided by 2 power minus 4. So one of the law of exponents is a power m whole power n. You can write a power m into n. So you can use this identity here. Law of exponent 2 power 3 into minus 1. Okay, 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. So 2 power 3 whole power minus 1 you can write 2 into minus 3 because a power m whole power n is a power m into n. So 2 power minus 3 into 5 power 3 divided by 2 power minus 4. Then one of the another law of exponents, a power m divided by a power n. A base are same. We can write a power m minus n. So 2 power minus 3 divided by 2 power minus 4. So I can write 2 power minus 3 minus minus 4. Minus 4 become plus 4 into 5 power 3. Okay, this 2 power minus 4 will come in the numerator. That means a power m divided by a power n is equal to a power m minus n. Okay, look at the both. Then 2 power minus 3, my double minus is nearest. So become 2 power minus 3 plus 4 into 5 power 3. Okay, 2 power minus 3 plus 4 is minus 3 plus 4. You can write 2 power 1. Minus 3 plus 4 is positive 1. Biggest minus lowest, then biggest number sign into 5 power 3. So 2 power 1 is 2. 5 power 3 is 125. So answer is 250. Okay. Okay, this is also one of the important exam question. Evaluate. The next one more question in this lesson we have learned find the value of m. Find the value of m for which 5m divided by 5 power minus 3 equal to 5 power 5. Find the value of m for which 5 power m divided by 5 power minus 3 equal to 5 power 5. So this we can write 5 power m divided by 5 power minus 3 equal to 5 power 5. Here we can use one of the law of exponents. A power m divided by a power n is equal to a power m minus n. So 5 power m minus 3. This minus and n is also 3 minus 3. So 5 m minus 3 equal to 5 power 5. So 5 power m plus 3, double minus is nearest. So make it plus equal to 5 power 5. Okay, then 5 here base are same, then we can, which implies we can write m plus 3 equal to 5. So m equal to 5 already here, plus 3 is transposed to other side, minus 3, m equal to 2. Okay, these are your exponents and powers important questions. Okay, now let us see the next lesson, lesson 13. What are the important points on this lesson? What we have discussed in this lesson, direct and inverse proportion. What do you mean by direct proportion? We have already learned that one. If we have two things, if one thing, or means one quantity is increasing, the same way the second one also increasing, then we can say that is direct proportion. If one thing is decreasing, the other thing also decreasing, that means that's also called direct proportion. So if the value of x increasing, the value of y also increasing, then we can say that is direct proportion. That means x by y is a constant, that is direct proportion. Okay, then let us take one example for that. A machine in a soft drink factory fills 840 bottles. 840 bottle in 6 hours. This is bottle, and this is hours. 840 bottles in 6 hours. Then question is, how many bottles will it fill in 5 hours? In 5 hours. We know that this is a direct proportion because 840 bottles in 6 hours. 6 മണിക്കൂറിൽ 840 ആണ്. ഇനി 5 മണിക്കൂറാകുമ്പോൾ എന്താവും? 6 എന്ന് 5 ആകുമ്പോൾ ഇതും എന്താവും? ഡിക്രീസ് ചെയ്യും. അതല്ലേ? ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു എക്സാമ്പിൾ എന്താണ്, പിന്നെ 1 അവറിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ ഒരു 100 ബോട്ടിൽസ് ഫില്ല് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അങ്ങനെ എനിക്ക് 2 അവറിൽ എന്താവും? കുറച്ചും കൂടെ 200 ആവും. 1 അവറിൽ 100 ആണെങ്കിൽ 2 അവറിൽ 200 ആവും. 3 അവറിൽ 300 ആവും. ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് ദ വാല്യൂ ഈസ്, if x value is decreasing, the y value also decreasing. If x value is increasing, the y value also increasing. So that type of situation is called direct proportion. Here is a direct proportion. So 6 hours we can fill 840. So 5 hours we don't know. So you can take it x. Okay, if it is a direct proportion, we can write 840 divided by 6 equal to 840 divided by 6 equal to x by 5. Okay, this divided by this equal to this divided by this. Okay, this is the direct proportion. We can do like that. So cross multiplication, 5 into 840 is equal to 5 into 840 equal to 6 into x. Cross multiplication. Okay, the next we want to find how many bottles. So you can keep it 5 into 840 divided by 6 equal to x. Okay, then x is equal to multiplication, 5 into 840 into 5, 840 into 5, 4200 divided by 6 equal to x. Then 42 and 6 cancel, 7 6 are 42. So x equal to 700. So that means in 5 hours 700 bottle we can fill it. In 6 hours 840, in 5 hours 700. That means it is a direct proportion. The next what we have discussed, then direct proportion. Okay, then inverse proportion. If one value is increasing, the other value is decreasing. That type of situation is called inverse proportion. If one is increasing, the other one is decreasing, or if one is decreasing, the other one is increasing. Let us see the one example. Okay, a farmer has one of your exercise question. Farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals. Farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his cattle for 6 days. 20 animals in 6 days. Okay, then how long would the food last if there were 10 more animals in his cattle? So already 20 animals, 10 more animals, that means 30 animals. How many days will take that? Okay, if for 20 animals 6 days, 20 animal 20 മൃഗങ്ങൾക്ക് എന്താണ് 6 ഡേയ്സിനുള്ള ഫുഡ് ഉണ്ട് അവിടെ. ഇനി അങ്ങനെ 30 ആനിമൽ ആണെങ്കിൽ എന്താവും, ഡേയ്സ് കുറയും അല്ലേ? ഇവിടെ ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ കുറയാണ് വേണ്ടത് അല്ലേ? 20 animals 6 days ആണ്. Then what about the 30 animals? Obviously that is, here is increasing, here will decrease. So this is inverse proportion. Okay, inverse proportion, you can write it here. We don't know how many days will take, so you can take it x here. Okay, it is an inverse proportion. 20 days 6 days 20 animals. The animal is increasing, food is fixed, കുറച്ച് ഫുഡ് ഉണ്ട് അവിടെ. അത് 20 animals ആണെങ്കിൽ 20 animalസിനാണെങ്കിൽ 6 days ഉണ്ടാവും. അതേ ഫുഡ് തന്നെ 30 animals ആകുമ്പോൾ എന്താവും, ഡേയ്സ് കുറയും. സോ if here is animals are increasing, days are decreasing. So it is inverse proportion. If it is inverse proportion, you can write it 20 into 6. Okay, if it is a direct proportion, 20 by 6 equal to 30 by 6. If it is inverse proportion, you can write 20 into 6 equal to 30 into x. Here we are going to find x. So 20 into 6 divided by 30 equal to x. So this will cancel, then 2 6 are 12, 12 by 3 equal to x, then x equal to 4. So how many days? If it has 30 animals, then it will finish in 4 days. Okay, this is about this direct and inverse proportion. Okay, now let's see the last lesson, factorization. What we have discussed in this lesson? In this lesson we have discussed factorization by method of common factors, factorization by regrouping terms, and factorization by using identities, and division of algebraic expressions. Okay, first method of common factors. What is factorize the following expression? Example, using common factors. Factorize expression 7x minus 42. Factorize this using common factors 7x and 42. 7x, factors of 7x is 7 and x. 7x. In 42, 6 into 7 is also factor. 6 7s are 42. So common factor 7 here also, 7 here also. 7 you can take it outside. Then here remaining x minus, this is minus 6. So factors of 7x minus 42, factors is 7 and x minus 6. And next, let us see the next example, factorization by regrouping terms. Example, x square plus xy plus 8x plus 8y. See this algebraic expression, regrouping. First take it to and the another one, group, regrouping, factorization by regrouping. X square plus xy, x square means x into xy. So common factors of these two terms is x is the common factor. Remaining here x, bracket x. Then here x I took outside, the remaining y. So x square plus xy, from these two terms x is the common factor. Remaining here x, x square means x into x. So it will come like this, x into x plus x into y. So common factor is x. So remaining x and y. So x plus y, here is plus. Then plus 8x plus 8y. So common factor is 8. Remaining x plus y. Okay, so x plus y in the next step, x plus y and x plus y is also a common factor. So you can take outside x plus y. X plus y is common, then remaining here x and here 8. So x plus 8. So factor, this is the factors of x square plus xy plus 8x plus 8y. The factors is x plus y and x plus 8. The next, let's take another example using identities. Using identities. Simple one. 4p square minus 9q square. Okay, this I can write like 4. Which number square is 4? 2 square is 2p whole square. That is 4p square. Is it right? 2p. 2 square is 4. P square is p square. P square is p square. 2 square is 4. So for p square I can write 2p whole square minus 9p square. 3q whole square. 3 square is 9. Q square is q square. So 9q square I can write 3q square. This is the using this is the form of a square minus b square. We know this identity. A square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b. Okay, so here a is 2p and b is 3q. This is we can factorize. Using this identity, a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. That means 2p plus 3q into 2p minus 3q, and so finished. So for p square minus 9q square, using identity we can find the factors like this way. Okay, a square minus b square. And one more example. A square plus 8a plus 16. Okay, this is I can write a square, a plus b whole square. You know, using we can use this identity, a plus b whole square. That means a square plus 2ab plus b square. If it is last number is a perfect square, we can check like that way. Okay, a square. Okay, plus last one is 16. Last one 16 is a perfect square. That means 4 square is 16. So 16 is a perfect square. So I can write here 4 square. See, a square plus b square. In middle I can write 8. I can write 2 into 4. Okay, 8 is 2 into 4 into a. So a square plus 2ab plus b square. That means that is a plus b whole square. Here a is a, b is 4. So a plus 4 whole square. A plus 4 whole square means a plus 4 into a plus 4. So this algebraic expression we can factorize using identities. Which identity? A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. And the next we have discussed in this lesson division of algebraic expression. For example, minus 36y square minus 36y cube divided by 9y square. 9y square. How to divide this one? See, minus 36y cube divided by 9y square. 36 and 9 we can cancel. 4 9s are 36. So there is minus, so minus 4. Y cube divided by y square. We know that one. A raised to m divided by a raised to n. Means a raised to m divided by a raised to n. I can write a raised to m minus n. Okay, or y cube. Y cube means y into y divided by y square. Y square I can write y into y. Y cancel, remaining only one y. So that means 3 minus 2. Okay, or you can write minus 4y. This is we have discussed in this lesson. More examples already we have learned. Okay, so hope you understand. So you must have to learn properly in these 5 lessons in your annual examination portion. Okay, thank you so much.